Hello and welcome to Namastey Australia. Today we are with someone who is a role model and inspiration for many. He is a popular political figure, ready to serve the community no matter what. He has lent his full support to support multiculturalism in Australia. He was the voice of migrants during the racist attacks back in 2000s, being the president of Students' Union. Not only this, he is a healthcare professional in audiology. He also holds the cultural diversity portfolio of Wyndham Council. I'm talking about Councilor and Acting Mayor of Wyndham Council, Gautam Gupta. Let's have a word with Mr. Gupta and talk about his achievements so far and also what are his plans for the future if he gets elected in the upcoming election. Welcome, Mr. Gupta.
Thank you. Thanks, Vanita.
Mr. Gupta, you have been the councillor for 4 years. Would you like to share with us some achievements of yours and also what are your plans for future?
I think the achievements when I speak, they are the achievements of the whole council. Basically, we're 11 of us elected. We work with over 1,000 staff, give or take, and about 200,000 residents of the city.
Right.
And all the achievements are shared. So some of the things that I'm really proud of is, in 2010, 11, 12, in fact, Werribee was a place which was, in a sense, known as a troubled spot. The reputation was very questionable. So one of the first things we have done, and I think we have very successfully achieved it, is turn around that reputation.
Right.
Now people want to know where is Werribee and they want to. And that success can be measured in the number of people that are moving in.
Yes.
Werribee has very fast become one of the fastest growing regions in Victoria,
Yes.
in fact the whole state. I think that I say is one of the primary factors. How we achieved that now in terms of reputation is quality infrastructure. Obviously we worked closely with state and federal governments.
Right.
We got the new train lines, new train stations in Tarneet and Wyndham Vale. We got a new library in Tarneet. We got upgraded of the shopping center, which is huge now. It's almost double the size than it was. New community centers, new grounds, new ovals. In short, in the area that I represent, Tarneet, we had over $1 billion worth of investment.
Oh.
Right? So those kind of things make the city livable and make it worthwhile. And as a father whose kids, go to a local school, I'm very proud local, and obviously I'm very vocal, as you know.
So when we talk about achievements and hard work, you must have faced many problems as well. So what kind of problems you have faced and what kind of message would you like to give to others?
See, one of the biggest issue we had in the council was the mindset. You see, our vision when I started, that tells you the mindset of the council. It used to be our people, one community, our future. So it was almost like, taken out of a book of One Nation. Although I don't believe the council meant it, but that's how people outside saw it. One of the first things we did, obviously collectively, is change the word R to diverse. So now it reads diverse people, one community, our future. That set the agenda and tone for the next 4 years. So that was the problem, getting the mindset and to get from there to here. In fact, today I'm here I just came back after receiving second, 2 years in a row we've won Award of Excellence in Multiculturalism in the state of Victoria. And so I'm very proud of that. And so a city that had a reputational problem and now getting state and national awards.
Right.
I think.
And Wyndham has been a city which is really diverse.
It's not only Wyndham. Victoria itself is very multicultural. In fact, there are cities that are far more diverse, far more multicultural than Wyndham. So if you look at the mix of people in Darebin, Whittlesea, city of Melbourne, Dandenong, you see far more diversity than you will see in Wyndham at the moment. It may change in the future.
Right.
So we are talking about events.
Yep.
And how our city supports multiculturalism. Every city has its own plan, right? Some supported by more education, others supported by more sports.
Yes.
Some other may be learning what to do to support or have more. We support it through 2 programs. Number one is customized services. Normally what we have is governments by nature are very rigid institutes. So we provide a service. You have a choice to take it or not to take it. So we are customizing those services. And so making it more individually suited. So collections of people, obviously can come and ask us to customize services to their interest. So take an example in libraries. We have introduced multilingual programming, multilingual books.
Right.
Now we have children's story times that are in multiple languages.
Okay.
And
So
that is the level
you
of
are targeting
customization.
many languages in that?
It really depends. We can't run all the 150 languages,
Right.
but we talk about the top 3 or 4 language when there is enough support. So that's the level of customization we are talking about. So we obviously moving on. We provide meals on wheels. We would like to provide more multicultural foods. Serve someone elderly from Chinese community or from Hindu community or from Muslim community. Obviously, they have different dietary requirements or religious requirements. We would love that kind of facility be available to them. The second stream that we do is obviously events. Very quickly in the last 2-3 years,
Yes.
if you look at it. So from almost less than 10 events, now we have over 200 events. And my belief is the moment you open the city to entertainment, the moment you entertain people, they will make the city livable.
Right. That's what they want.
Exactly.
And
So make it fun, make it more livable. Get good quality infrastructure. Obviously, people will come.
In the recent wake of robberies in the West, what have you planned? Any strategies for that to prevent the robberies?
It's a very interesting question, and I think everyone is asking that. The fact of the matter is that policing is a state matter.
Yeah.
So if it was health or education, we can still play a small role, not a significant role, a small role.
Yes.
Because health, education and policing is a state matter. But by law, we can't have private police or private police stations and all those kind of stuff.
Yeah.
They're strictly state government thing. So we are lobbying them. At our end, what we have, in fact 2 years back, we initiated what's called a neighborhood hubs program, under which community groups can come to us and seek funding. For example, a street, like I live on Harmony Drive. So residents of Harmony Drive may come to us and say, we need to organize a meet and greet for the city or residents of Harmony Drive.
Right.
So they come to us, we'll help them with planning. We might, help them with give funding for a barbecue and stuff like that, or help them send invitations out.
Right.
So they get to know their neighbors, and collectively they can come with suggestions on how they can improve.
And do you
Make
think
it
it's
better.
really working and it's making a difference?
I think it's too early to say that. Whether it's definitely neighbors knowing each other. First of all, there is an advantage as a community. Communities become stronger.
Yes.
So irrespective about the crime. The second thing is even crime fighting becomes easier because now we have neighbors hopefully are witness to the crime
Yes.
and supporting each other.
Yes, definitely.
And the psychosocial impact of that could be easily measured in the good faith that is generated in neighborhoods. So as
That's
they say,
true. Yes.
as in the biblical terms, love thy neighbor. Probably that is a solution for
As you know, more and more people from different communities, they are contesting in these elections, upcoming council elections. So would you like to give them a message?
I think it's too late to give any message now. We are right in middle of elections, and if I say anything, it may be seen as political. So I won't tell anything to the candidates, but I will tell something to the people who are going to vote. Right? Contrary to belief, it's not that migrants have outnumbered, ethnic Australians or anything like that.
Right.
Absolutely false. In my ward, we have about 48,000 votes, and less than 6,000 of them are from the South Asian communities. That is, people from India, Pakistan, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Burma. If you add Asians to it and you expand it and add Chinese, Indonesian, Malaysian, Singapore, they're still less than 8 or 9,000 out of 48,000. So, we run a risk of dividing the migrant votes and make it redundant or negligible. That's my concern. A lot of work has gone into making Wyndham a very successful multicultural city. We have very strong multicultural representation at the moment, and I hope that there will be at least some level of migrant leadership in the city. Obviously, in Victoria overall, we lack the migrant leadership in political levels, at political level. So in Wyndham we are lucky to have that. I think people should work hard to retain it, enhance it.
Right. And also, Gautam, what kind of commitment is required? As many people, they just think that it's as easy as a cakewalk.
I think people have to understand the first thing is the salary is between 25 to 30,000 a year. Okay, so it's not that you're going to make millions,
Right.
or it's not even 50, it's below minimum wage.
Yes.
There's about 400 pages that we have to read almost every week.
Wow.
If you're genuinely doing the work, you have to read between 3 to 400 pages a week, because let's look at a planning matter. So almost every month we get 3 to 4 major planning applications. We keep getting hundreds of planning applications. 3 or 4 major are the controversial ones. So we have to read them. Then we are talking about reading the policies. We are always constantly reviewing policies. So we have to review policy documents. Now, how do you argue in the chamber if you don't read those documents?
Right.
Now, clearly some people have gone through the whole 4 years without reading it, and but I think moving on with the advent of technology and technology becoming easier, the lazy councillors will be exposed very, very quickly.
Yes.
There will be video streaming. I championed video streaming. Unfortunately, it did not happen.
Oh.
We still have audio streaming. People can listen to it and see who's done more active participation, and people can find out. Eventually, people will be quite embarrassed.
So you mean it needs to be transparent?
It is, yes. I think transparency is going to come. Obviously, our council is blocked it by not allowing people to record from the gallery and stuff. It's a matter of time. All those laws will change. How long can you stop WikiLeaks? They are even exposing Hillary Clinton, and we are in a public forum.
Right. Any other message for people?
But all I will say is that please check the record of all the candidates, and see what people have done and the performance behind them. There is one question people are asking, that we have made one of my election commitment is about a new hospital, and I want to explain here that when I say about hospital, I'm not saying that the council should build, own, operate a hospital. What I am suggesting is, and I have discussed it with senior staff within council and within state government, the council has allocated land for multi-story apartments and parking and those kind of stuff, and that is essentially the work of local government. I don't see a plan for next 2 to 3 decades for any public hospital in West. If I come from the East, where there are almost every city has a hospital, whether it's Knox, Monash, Clayton, Cofield, whichever suburb you go, there's a hospital within 2 to 3 kilometers. Here, from all the way from Sunshine to Geelong, there's only one Werribee, which is almost like a first aid hospital. What I believe is that we have land, we have resources, and we have the opportunity at the moment. Let's not wait till the time the situation becomes almost like a crisis point, which we see in roads or in schools. Let's fix it now. If we can allocate land and help with planning, let's bring state and federal government as our partners. Let's get into a model of public-private partnership, the way we are doing in Werribee CBD. We can do it in Target. So I'm proposing that we only process and facilitate that. All we need is 6 councillors with an intention to make it happen, and it can happen. So please ask your candidates if they want to support a new hospital. If they do, it will happen. So your vote can make it happen. That's the only message I'd like to give.
Thank you, Mr. Gautam, for your time today.